Well, welcome back. We're back on the ranch and back on the Subaru. This one has a tie rod boot that's ripped in half, you can see here. So we're gonna see if we can get the tie rod off and just replace the boot, because I'm planning on selling the car. So just want to make sure that's fixed, and we'll change the oil and try to get out and sell this thing. So this is the green one I bought from a friend. Hope everyone can hear me. So I just did the trick Cole told me and reversed that nut on top and used that in some WD-40. Sorry, the camera angle is probably horrible, to pop that out. So now that I got this off, I'll re-loosen this, pull this tie rod out, and we'll see if we can get it loose at this point, and then we can get that boot off there and get it replaced. So hopefully it goes quick. All right, so I have the tie rod end off and the nut that was holding it on. Those were hermetically sealed on there with rust. So I did some wire brushing. I have sprayed so much to get this stuff apart because everything's been really rusty. One trick I've learned about getting the tie rod ends off, if you take the tire off and jack it up like I have it, and I put it on some blocks, this will sink down, and so I put a jack under it, jack it back up. If you can get it up to level or past really, and that will straighten this out, and that nut will come out a lot quicker. That's one thing I've learned. Anyways, we're going to continue. I'm going to go ahead and pull that boot off of there, and then I have another boot in the trunk. We'll get it thrown out. So here's our rotten old boot. It was pretty bad. And then here's our new one, and this one came from Nampa. I checked around. They had it in stock over there, and it was $41, I believe, for that. I've got a little grease here. I'm going to grease before I put this back on, and then I'll get this on and some clamps, and we'll get everything back together. So just gonna wipe this a little bit. Looks like it's got a bit of grease on there, but gonna get that old stuff off of there. Hopefully you see that. Doesn't look too bad. Other than that, everything looks fine. I've got a little grease. Let me put some gloves on. Better grab my gloves. See if we get some of this grease. Push some in there. Wow. Give it a good wipe. It ain't gonna do no harm. All right. See if we can get you where you guys can see that. Like so, and then I'm just going to throw this boot on. Beautiful. And I'll slip underneath and see if we, oh, there we go. That's in the spot. And then I'll just pull and see if I can get that back to fit on. And then we'll get these clamps on. Just as a side note, these are really great when you're trying to get the boots on. I got this like the Hobby Lobby with the kit with a few other ones, but they're really nice. All right, so we got our clamps on, both of them. One underneath there, the one on the end here. Everything looks good. The boot seems tight. It's not pulling off. We'll check it though when we turn the steering wheel and everything once we get it back together here. But I think if we have to make any adjustments, we can do that with the boot on the car. So anyways, now we'll just get the back end. I've got that nut. We'll put the tie rod end on, and then I'll slip that back through here, and we'll get that crown bolt back on top here. All right, so get the nut back on. This is not the same nut that came off of it, but this one fits for some reason. Maybe because I've done 10,000 tie rods. And they all own Subarus, so my bag's just full of tie rods. I guess we just did those ones on the Toyota too. Anyways, I'm just going to go base off. I can see where it was rusted onto there, and so I'm going to put it right back in that same spot. The line, what I'll do is go past it. Yeah, that's that spot where it rusted solid. And what I'll look for it on the bottom, which I think I'm right there. Yep. Grab my other wrench. So that should be past it now. Now I'll just go back to it with the tie rod. And make sure real straight on. Get one more. Okay. We'll just tighten this one back at it, and I'll get another wrench, and let me get the other wrench. Alright, got another wrench here. I'm just gonna, I want to take this nut back to where it was and try to keep this one straight so that it's still pointing up. And before I tighten everything down, I'm just gonna slip this top piece through. And I still have it jacked up from underneath, which should make slipping this piece back on quite a bit easier. Yep. Alright. I don't know if that's coming out yet on the video here. And we'll get that crown nut back on here, and I'll have to run in the house and grab a new cotter pin for it. So I can get the nut back on. I'll have to go get a new nut. I think I have one in my backpack that would fit this. Oh, I think I got it started there. Let's see. Alright. Get that pin through. Let's just have to hit it one more time here. I think we can get the pin through. Pretty tight there. Cool. Alright, I'm going to slip a cotter through here and tighten this up. All right, so I got my cotter pin back in, excuse me. Got this tightened up, boot is on, and both straps are on, so now I just gotta throw a tire on. So we're gonna get that done, then I'm gonna get the oil changed, and yeah, hopefully get her sold here real soon. Thanks so much for tuning in. I hope this was helpful to some of you, entertaining to others. If you haven't yet, like, comment, subscribe, definitely let us know how we're doing, and most definitely have a great day. Thanks for watching.